Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. Today I will discuss instruction cycle. Okay, what is the beauty of assembly language programming? In this, you can determine how much time any instruction will take to execute, or you can determine to execute any program how much time is required. Okay, this is the beauty of assembly language programming. In this we will discuss what is machine cycle, what is T state, what is instruction cycle, and what is timing diagram. Okay, today we will see the how to determine machine cycle, instruction cycle, and about T state. In next video lecture we will draw the timing diagram of any instruction. Now, what is timing diagram? It represents the execution time taken by each instruction in a graphical format. The execution time is represented in T state. Okay, this is your timing diagram. Okay, 4 T states are required. Later on we will see how to draw the timing diagram. Now, what is T state? T state, it is nothing, it is system clock period. Okay, time period of any clock. And you know what is T, what is the relation between T, time period, and frequency. T equal to 1 upon F. And you know what is the 8085 operating frequency, it is 3 megahertz. So T equal to 1 upon 3 megahertz equal to 0.33 microsecond. Now, what is machine cycle? Okay, machine cycle, total time required to execute any operation. Okay, or you can say time required to access the memory or input output device is called machine cycle. To complete any operation. Now you know what are the operation. There are different operations. Opcode fetching, memory read, memory write, input output read, input output write. These are the operations. These are generally the machine cycle. Okay, you are already aware with this table. I already explained about this in pin diagram of 8085. Okay, now come into instruction cycle. Time required to execute any instruction is called instruction cycle. So instruction cycle, or you can say instruction cycle, is nothing, it is time required or total T state required to execute one instruction, or we can say total machine cycles required to execute one instruction is called instruction cycle. Now come into machine cycle. There are different operations. Okay, these are opcode fetching, memory read, memory write, input output read, input output write. And you know, for opcode fetching, this I0 oblique M dash, this value will be 0, S1 and S0 it will be 1 1. And in case of opcode fetching, total T states required are 4T. Okay, 4T. In case of memory read, it will be 0, it will be 1, it will be 0, 3T state. Memory write, this value will be 0, 1 0 1, it will be 0 1. And time required to execute memory write machine cycle is 3T. Input output read, it will be 1 I0 1 1 0. Read operation again 3T. T states are required. Input output write, this value will be 1, this will be 0, this will be 1. Again 3T states are used for this machine cycle. Now you have to determine total how many machine cycles, or total how many T states, or total time required to execute any instruction. Okay, in 8085. Suppose this is your instruction, move A comma B. Okay, move A comma B, and you know the very first machine cycle will always be opcode fetching. Okay, why? Every instruction has one opcode, so first byte will be always opcode. It means minimum t state required in any instruction is 4t, and the maximum, it depends upon memory read, memory write, input output read or input output write machine cycle. Suppose move a comma b, suppose you have to determine total how many t states are required to execute this move a comma b instruction. So what you will do, first of all you will fill the bytes in memory. Suppose memory location is 2005. Okay, suppose this move a comma b is in 2005 memory location, then what will be happen? First fill this byte in 2005, what will come? Opcode. Okay, so for this, what will be machine cycle? Opcode fetching, OFC. Okay, in shortcut I am writing OFC, opcode fetching, and time required is what? 4t. Okay, 4t. You know, in case of opcode fetching, 4t time is required. Then what will happen? Now you have already filled this byte, because this is 1 byte instruction. Now what is the function of this? What is happening? Contains of b is coming in a. Okay, means data is going from one register to another register, from b to a, and these registers are already part of microprocessor. Okay, so no further machine cycle will be required. So in this only 4t states are required to execute this move a comma b instruction. Okay, and total machine cycle, there will be only one machine cycle, and that will be of course opcode fetching. Okay, when there will be memory read operation, you know, when data is coming from memory to microprocessor, there will be memory read operation. And when will be memory write? When data is going from microprocessor to memory, and memory is nothing, 16-bit address. Okay, and when there will be input output read operation, when data is coming in accumulator from any input port. Okay, and when there will be input output write operation, when data will go from accumulator, or you can say from microprocessor to where? In output port. So in this case, move a comma b, only one machine cycle is required, and that will be opcode fetching. Okay, if there is only one machine cycle, that will be by default opcode fetching. Okay, so only 4t states are required. Then suppose next instruction I am taking CMA. Okay, total how many t states are required, or how many machine cycles are required to execute this instruction. Okay, again in suppose memory location is 20, I am taking 2050. Suppose this instruction is in 2050, or you can also take another memory location 2000. Suppose this memory location is, this instruction is available in 2000 memory location. Now this 2000, this is the value of A0 to A15. This 00 is nothing, this is what? A0 to A7, lower order address bus. This 20 is nothing, this is higher order address bus, A8 to A15. This opcode is nothing, this is value of data bus, D0 to D7. In case of move a comma b, what will be opcode? 78. Okay, that is nothing, that is value of data bus, D0 to D7. Now again, first byte will be always opcode fetching, so there will be 4t state. Then what is the function of this? A dash, it is performing complement of accumulator, again it is storing in A, means again data is not coming from memory or input output port, or you can say data is not going from microprocessor to memory or microprocessor to output port. So again only there will be one machine cycle, that is opcode fetching, and 4 T states are required. So now you can see here, in case of implied addressing mode and what, in case of implied addressing mode and what, register addressing mode, only 4 T states are required. Okay, you can take example of move C comma D, move A comma E, add B, A equal to A plus B. Okay, data is neither coming from memory or input output port nor going from microprocessor to input output port or memory. So always if there is implied addressing mode and register addressing mode, in that case only 4 T states are required and the default machine cycle will be opcode fetching. Okay, now next, suppose I am taking another example. Okay, suppose I am taking move A comma M. Now suppose this is available in 2000 memory location, you can take any memory location. Okay, now the same thing, the very first byte will be what, opcode. So there will be first machine cycle opcode fetching and 4 T states are required. Now you have already filled the byte because it is only of 1 byte. Now what is the function of this? Now contains of M. Okay, contains of M is coming in A, means this M is memory. Okay, means data is coming from memory to microprocessor, memory to accumulator. So there will be memory read operation, there will be this memory read operation. So now memory read instruction, and you know in case of memory read 3T, in all cases only 3T states are required except opcode fetching. Can you tell me why? Because in case of opcode fetching, one extra T state is used for what? For decoding. Okay, in the memory read in opcode fetching there is only one major difference. In case of opcode fetching, data opcode is coming from memory to microprocessor. In case of data is coming from memory to microprocessor. In case of data there is no decoding. Only in case of opcode fetching, in case of instruction byte opcode there is decoding. Okay, so total, so in this case total T state 2 machine cycle, one is opcode fetching and another one is memory read, and total T states are what, 70. Total how many T states are required? Total 7T. Okay, this 4T opcode fetching and memory read and 7T. So 2 machine cycle, opcode fetching and memory read, and total 70 states are required. Okay, now suppose you have to determine total number of T states to execute move, suppose MVI. Okay, MVI B45. Okay, again what you will do, first of all you will fill the data in memory. Suppose this instruction is available in 2000. In 2000 there will be opcode fetching. Okay, no problem. Now what will happen in 2001? What will come? This 45. So what will be the operation? This memory read. You know user cannot send, or you can say microprocessor cannot accept data directly from user. First of all, you have to insert that data in where? Memory. So total T states are 70. So in case of immediate addressing mode, now what is the function? B equal to 45. You have already sent this 45 in B register. So only 70 state and 2 machine cycle, opcode fetching and memory read. Okay, so you have to remember, in case of immediate addressing mode and if data is of 8-bit, then always 70 states are required. Suppose I am changing this by ANI00. Okay, ANI00. Again there is immediate addressing mode. Okay, the same thing will happen for this. Okay, again only 70 states are required. First one opcode fetching, then memory read. And in case of what? Immediate addressing mode, in case of branching, in case of 16-bit data. Suppose Alexa is 3050. First of all, what you will do, you fill the data. In 2000 there will be opcode, so opcode fetching 40. In 2001 there will be what? 50. Again 3T state. Then what will happen? You will fill what? Again in 2002 what will come? You have already seen in simulator. Now this 30 will come. Again what? 4T, 3T. Okay, 4 plus 3 plus 3, so there will be 10T state. Okay, so you have to remember, in case of all the instruction in which there is immediate addressing mode and there is 16-bit data, in that case total T state will be 10T. Similarly for what? Suppose this is jump 3050. Again there is immediate addressing mode, so again total 10 T states are required. Okay, now next instruction. Suppose I am using LDA 3050. Suppose this instruction is available in 2000. Again, first of all, what you need to do to fill the byte in memory? In 2000, again opcode, this is the by default opcode fetching 40. In 2001 there will be 50. Okay, then in 2002 there will be 30. So again memory read 3T state. Now what is the function of this? What is happening? Contains of A. Okay, sorry, data is coming in A from where? From memory 3050. So what is happening? Data is coming in memory, from memory to accumulator. So memory read. Again 3T states are used. Okay, so total T state are what? 13 T state. Okay, first fill the byte in 2000 opcode fetching. In 2001 this 50 will come, so memory read. In 2002 again 3T. In now contains of 3050 is coming in A, means memory read total 13T. Now you can ask, sir, why in case of move A comma M only 70 are required? Why only 70 are used? Because what is M? M is contains of HL register pair. Okay, contains of HL register pair. So you know HL are already part of microprocessor. So no extra 60, means these two, this memory read and this memory read, middle these 60. Okay, 3T are not required in case of move A comma M. Microprocessor already knows value of H and L, because H and L are internal part of microprocessor. Okay, now suppose I change this instruction by STA. Okay, suppose TA3050. Now what will happen? First fill the byte in 2000 opcode fetching, in 2001 in 2002 30. Okay, memory read 30. Now what is happening now? This contains of A. Okay, contains of A is going into memory 3050. So what will happen? This will be memory what? This will be memory write. Okay, memory write 3T. So again 13T states are required and 4 machine cycle, 1 opcode fetching, 2 memory read and 1 memory write. Okay, one more example. Suppose I am taking SHLD 3050. What will happen? First fill the byte 2000 40, in 2001 50 will come memory read, in 2002 30 will come memory read. Then what is happening now? SHLD means contains of L is going into 3050, so memory write. Okay, then what is happening? Contains of what? 3 contains of H. Okay, is going into 3051. So total T states. So there will be again memory write. Contents of microprocessor means registers are going into memory. First contents of L is going in 305, then contents of H is going in this. So what will happen? Total T states. Okay, it will come 16 T state. 16 T state. Okay, just do practice it. Okay, and for this, first of all you need to know about what is the function of instruction, how much bytes it consume in memory. You also have to aware about addressing modes of 80. When you know all these three, addressing modes of 8085, instruction format of 8085, and what is the function of 8085, then you can determine total number of T states required to execute any instruction. Okay, one more example. Okay, suppose I am taking in 50. Okay, now what will happen? And suppose this is available in 2000, again first will be opcode fetching. Now in 2001 there will be 50 memory read. Okay, memory read. Now again there will be memory read because this 50 is available in 2001. Now what is happening? Contains of what? 50 port is going in A. So it will be input output read operation. Okay, input output read 50. This is port address, input port. So total T states are 10T. Okay, similarly for out 50. Now what will happen? This 2000 there will be opcode of out. In 2001 there will be 53T, again memory read. Now this contains of this 50. This contains of A is going into where? Output port 50. Now instead of input output read, there will be input output write. Okay, so you can determine total number of T states required to execute any instruction. In this case there are 3 machine cycle. One is opcode fetching, another one is memory read, and last one is input output write. Okay, so you have to remember total number of T states required to execute each instruction. Okay, in next video lecture we will see how to draw the timing diagram. Okay, in next video lecture I will show you how to draw the timing diagram. For this again you need to recall your control signal. Okay, address and data bus signal, and how to generate read write, memory write, input output write signal. Okay, it's all about today lecture. In next lecture we will discuss how to draw timing diagram of any instruction. Thank you so much for watching.